What's up, you guys? It's Anam Khan. So lately, someone named James Doris has been all over the news. He is the CEO of Camber Energy, ticker symbol CEI stock. Now, me personally, I became very curious about this guy. I feel like we don't know enough about him. So I did some research on the guy, like high school, did a quick biography on him. And I came across some very interesting details, and I'm sure there's a lot of information I found that you're not aware of, and you'd be very surprised to find out. So I figured, let me share these learnings with you guys. And if you guys enjoy this video, make sure you press the like button, subscribe to this channel, and let's get started. So first and foremost, when I was reading into James Doris, the sources I mainly used were his LinkedIn. There's a few biographies of him floating around online, and of course his Twitter. And one of the first things I found out was that James Doris isn't even American. He's Canadian. He's a Canadian guy, and he actually did not go to school for engineering or oil or gas or business or anything like that. You would be surprised to know that James Doris is actually a lawyer by profession. He studied law at the University of Ottawa. He graduated in, I think, 2001, and then was called to bar in 2002, which puts him around the 39 to 41 years old age. So from here on, he became an associate lawyer for a company called McMillan LLP, which is one of the top law firms in Canada. And from there on, he became the executive vice president of another company called Pine Lakes Organization, which basically it's another law firm. It focuses on real estate investment and development. He worked a few years there, not only as an executive vice president, but also on the board. And then from there on, he started his own law firm. And guess what the law firm was called? DLO. What do you guys think that stands for? Doris Law Office. Yes, I know, it's very creative. So he started this law firm, and at the peak, he had 4 offices running, and he managed all of these offices. And what his law firm focused on was a lot of business stuff. So businesses, mergers and acquisitions, private equity, things like that. And this is where a lot of his knowledge came from that he could use later on in the oil and gas industry. His knowledge on businesses, running businesses, mergers and acquisitions, balance sheets. A lot of the information that he learned here was very useful as a CEO. Now, after this, he transitioned away from his lawyer background and became CEO and president of Viking Energy Group. So Viking Energy Group, this is where a lot of us became familiar with him. He's worked there now for about 8 years. He's been heavily involved in the merger with Camber Energy. And I would presume that that was why he was brought on in the first place. They wanted him to find companies that they can merge with and improve their balance sheets. And now he is also the CEO and president of Camber Energy since December of 2020, which was the height of the pandemic. Now, here are my thoughts on this. I think that in terms of strengthening your balance sheet, I think it was a great idea to bring on James Doris. He obviously knows his stuff in terms of laws and how mergers and acquisitions work. You need someone with a lot of experience to get these mergers to be completed. It's actually a very complicated process. So in that scenario, I understand why they would bring him on. I guess one of my issues with James Doris as a CEO, I feel like he should have been more of a CFO. In terms of a CEO, I don't know. I just feel like someone, as a chief executive officer, you should know more about the industry, right? I feel like you should know more about the industry in oil and gas, what technologies are good, which technologies are bad, what's strategic, what's not. I feel like if you bring someone in from just the law industry or someone from real estate industry and just throw them in as a CEO of a big oil and gas company, it just doesn't make sense to me. It might be good for the short term. You can strengthen the balance sheet and maybe sell off the company and have a decent exit. But if you're looking at the far future of the business, I think someone with some type of background in this industry would be helpful. And that's why I feel like perhaps Camber Energy could look into other CEOs. That's just my personal opinion. I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of James Doris as a CEO of Camber Energy? Did you guys learn anything new from this video? Did you guys know everything? What did you learn? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys as well. And let me know how you think he's doing as a CEO. All right, guys, so the next video, peace.